go ahead and jump into the final question of the day. The final question comes from one of my coworkers, Mr. Keith Beers, and he writes, "Hey guys, so with WB canceling a lot of projects, do you think that the Static Shock movie will be the next thing that will be canceled?" Well, thank you for your question, Mr. Keith. What Keith is referring to, since Discovery has bought Warner Brothers, Discovery has been canceling a lot of projects, i.e., Batgirl, i.e., the Wonder Twins movies that should have never gotten greenlit. They've been canceling a lot of shows from the CW. Essentially, all of the Arrowverse shows are gone. Like after this season of Stargirl, that's done. I'm hearing even reports that after this season of Superman and Lois, that's done. So they're cleaning house at Warner Brothers. They're cleaning a lot of house at Warner Brothers, and I think that is a good thing. They even canceled the Black Superman movie, which I even said I don't think should have never been made. They should have been focusing on a different character, not necessarily a Black Superman. It seemed like WB was all over the place in regards to that. Now, to answer your question, do I think that Static Shock is next? And let me be very honest with you, Keith. I never believe, well, I'll put it to you like this. I don't believe that they are going to develop this movie. Last thing we heard about it was that Michael B. Jordan signed a deal to produce Static Shock and also future Static Shock movies along with different milestone characters. As far as I know, there hasn't been any major movement in regards to that. Michael B. Jordan right now is in the process of promoting Creed 3 with his directorial debut. And also he's in the process of, I think, shooting some other stuff that has nothing to do with superheroes. That being said, I don't see us getting a Static Shock movie within the next 5 years, at least not a live action one. Now, the comic book series that Milestone and DC have put together right now is still ongoing, which is good. But if I'm being honest, outside of the comic books, and then outside of Static being in Young Justice, and then even maybe another animated series that we may or may not see, I don't think we're gonna get Static Shock in a live action movie. And the reason why is because we haven't seen any development of it since Michael B. Jordan was announced. And that was like 2 years ago. There has been, as far as I know, there have been no scripts written. There have been no sets built. No one, to my knowledge, has been cast. There have been rumors about particular castings. We don't even know what the plot or the villains in that particular movie could be. We have no knowledge of what's going on. And that's not to say that it has been cut. But if I'm being honest, I don't think we're going to see a Static Shock film, at least a live action film, anytime soon. I did speak to another friend who works in marketing at Warner Brothers, and he even told me, he says, right now there's no active development in for that film or any of the milestone characters, right? But that doesn't mean that they won't make it. It just means that right now and probably in the near future they're not going to develop it. And David Zaslav even said that they're going to create a 10-year DC plan. And after, I think the last film under the DC movies would be Aquaman 2 or the Flash movie. After those movies are done, we're going to get essentially a rebirth of DC films leading up until a different, I guess, conclusion or a different vision for what the DCEU may look like, So, and now that James Gunn is head of the DCU, I don't know if Static Shock is going to be a part of the plans that he has for the DCU. So to answer your question, I think he'll be canceled. But see, here's the thing. I don't think Warner Brothers really values the character of Static or any of the milestone characters. That's my personal opinion, because Static should have got a movie a long time ago, in my personal opinion. But I don't think they see the value in that character. That's why there hasn't really been any active development on that particular character. So I wouldn't be surprised if they cancel. I mean, they canceled the Green Lantern thing, the show. They canceled that. Now they're gonna retool it, quote unquote. So I don't know. Keith, I wish they would continue it. I'm a huge Static Shock fan. That's my guy. But I would hope that if we do see Static Shock, it would be soon, but I don't think we're going to get a Static Shock film anytime soon. But thank you for your question, Keith. But what do you guys think? Do you think that we'll see a Static Shock film in the near future? Do you think that it's canceled, or do you think that we should see it maybe within the next 2 to 3 years? Jump into the comment section below. Let me know your thoughts.